I mean, that's good, though. We kind of need.
All right, welcome into the Culver's postgame.
Right.
Culver's, welcome to
We
the
give her some, like,
Jeez.
LT
LT is apparently at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Brown, I am trying to control the volume in here. Everybody's really loud. We got – here's the crazy thing. I've got a Mississippi State grad. I've got 2 Georgia grads. I've got an Auburn grad, and I've got multiple Bama grads.
2 Georgia grads. Who's the other one?
Well, the Mississippi State grad should be happy.
Hey, shout out State. Stuckey, shout out.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
You're welcome. All right, the Alabama grad should be happy with with the win.
Yeah, I think they're a little
the
disappointed.
game.
I don't know what you thought, but if Bryce Young plays in that game, I think they win by 4 touchdowns.
Probably so. It is the Culver's postgame, though. Welcome to Delicious. 2 great locations: Highway 119, Tattersall Park, just off 280, and also Stadium Trace in Hoover, 459, near the Hoover Met. And you can swing by and get those great butter burgers. You can always get the great fried chicken, great for your tailgates. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Also, thanks to Next Round Cocktails. He is Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway is in Tuscaloosa. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you've hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already. Set alerts so you know when we're live. Retweet us if you're on Twitter. Like us there as well. Share on Facebook. Like us there as well. Like us on Twitch. We'll get to the comments real quick. Brad jumps right in. All week, y'all completely dismissed A&M. You hardly talked about the game. Effing idiots. You never entertained a competitive game. Of course,
right.
Brad has waited till this moment to bring that up. He never jumped in this past week and said anything about the game until he actually watched the game. So it's very easy in hindsight there, Brad. But thank you.
No, but I kind of agree, Brown. I mean, we really didn't think it would be a competitive game. I didn't know if they covered the 23.5. I didn't see it coming down to a final play, though. I really didn't. And even with Jalen Milroe starting at quarterback, I still thought Alabama would be able to run the football at will. I'll just tell you a couple of things. Again, Bryce Young, if he's quarterbacking, I think this game's not even close because I think Milroe missed a lot of throws. But at the same time, I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is getting enough touches. I really don't.
Yeah, he got a little bit banged up. Go ahead and pull his. I was going to pull his numbers for you real quick. You would like to see him get more runs, more time. I mean, they threw the ball to him a lot early.
No, I would say that Gibbs had 15 touches tonight. Is that fair?
It feels like it was more than that. Gibbs had 21 carries and 3 receptions, so you only missed by 9. Okay, 24 touches. That's a lot of touches.
That is. I will stand corrected. Corrected.
Yeah.
I don't know what was really wrong.
Brad writes back in to say he loves us. He was just saying.
That's fine, Brad. Look, hey, we agree to disagree or disagree to agree, whatever. It happens all the time. That Alabama team, with what they've got coming up next week against Tennessee, and people are asking me, they were like, what do you think the number's going to be? I think it's only going to be 7. I said earlier before the game, I thought it would be 8. I think Alabama will be a 7-point favorite against Tennessee. And right now, I don't know how you feel. I think Tennessee's playing better than Alabama.
I don't. I do not. I don't think they're not with Bryce Young, they're not. If Alabama's got Bryce Young, I don't think Tennessee's playing better than them. They are right now because Alabama's not playing their starting quarterback.
I was very impressed, and somebody asked me this morning, and you tell me. They said, look, I know it's a small sample size, but half the season, just this 1 year, is Hendon Hooker playing as well or better than Bryce Young? Again, Bryce didn't play tonight, but Hendon Hooker's playing flawless football.
No. I think he's playing well. Their defense is their issue, though it played well today, obviously. Their defense is their issue, but that's not a great offensive team at LSU. It's an offensive team that had a lot of guys down and injured on that offensive front. So that's a tough spot. So I don't know. We'll see. I think if Jalen Milroe plays in Knoxville, I would think Alabama loses that game. If Bryce Young plays, I would like Alabama to win the game. I mean, I think that's what.
No, I agree with you. I think Alabama's the better overall team with Bryce. And watching, 2 things today, and it's so funny how this happens because I think you made the point this morning that the NFL, they make sure the injury report is airtight. Dylan Gabriel warming up, it looked like he was going to play. Total hoax job. And the same with Bryce Young, with him kneeling in the end zone. I mean, everything looked like he was prepared to play and didn't play a snap. So I just wonder how healthy he is. If he plays next week, I think it's a different game. Milroe plays on the week to Tennessee. I think they lose. I really do.
No. I mean, Milroe, I don't think can win in Knoxville. He looked scared, Lance. He looked scared to throw the football. He couldn't pull the trigger. Then he didn't protect the football. Those fumbles were bad fumbles. Alabama just played a terribly sloppy game on offense, very unproductive on offense, and very sloppy on offense. I thought Alabama's defense played an incredible game. I mean, their offense put them in bad position after bad position. I thought they played an incredible game.
Well, 31's unblockable. I mean, he's just that good. And, Dallas Turner was a factor tonight. Terry and Arnold, got burned and then came back, made the big interception. The Alabama defense, I agree with you, is really, really good. I don't think they've got an identity yet on offense, and I think it's just been out of sync a little bit with the injury now to Bryce. You don't have any alpha receivers, and I don't think you're going to have one. I don't know how you feel. Jacory had a big reception tonight. Didn't have any reception 2 weeks ago. I just, we got a minute from Burton tonight, and then we had a bad penalty on Burton. I don't know. I don't think that's going to – I don't think the switch is going to flip for Alabama to have a dominant receiver this year, and I think that's a huge part of why the offense has been so dominant over the last decade. Yeah.
It is the Culver's postgame. Welcome to Delicious, also presented by Next Round Cocktails. DrinkNextRound.com. That is DrinkNextRound.com. Johnny Manziel, here's from Scott. Scott Forrester, our director of video. Johnny Manziel apparently tweeted, "One of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life. You have one play to beat the number one team in the country, and that's what we run." I agree. I thought that was an awful play at the end of the game that Jimbo called.
Well, I mean, it was like a fade to the pylon. It didn't make any sense.
It's going to require a perfect throw that your quarterback has not made all game. So
right. Again, you got a quarterback. He's the backup quarterback now. His helmet doesn't fit. And you're going against one of the best defenses in college football, and you're trying to make a precise throw to the pylon. I've got multiple Alabama fans here. They were highly excited about that play call. I'll tell you, man, when they got the pass interference, I thought Texas A&M was going to win the game. It was just, I'll tell you, it was the completion to Evan Stewart between, I think it was Helms and
just through the hands, the one they reviewed.
Yeah. And it's like you can't complete a pass between two defenders like that. And so when they completed that pass to get that first down on the final drive, I was like, man, I've just got this feeling this is kind of playing out like it did last year, and I think Alabama might lose this game. Even with that said, Brown, I don't know what you thought, but Mississippi State still don't know how they lost to LSU up 13. Mississippi State and Tennessee are going to be really difficult jobs, and I'll be really surprised if Alabama is undefeated at the end of the year.
Is that Taylor Corn there?
That is.
I'm glad she's alive after Auburn. I've been worried about her.
Barely.
You didn't check in. I was
Hey,
fearful.
she showed up in a Bo Jackson jersey at halftime, still thinking that Auburn could win the game.
Right.
That is what I call a dedicated fan.
Yeah, you're a dedicated fan, Taylor. I'll give you credit. A dedicated fan. Maybe a little unrealistic, but dedicated.
But hey, this is my thing, is that would you rather your Buddy Bird? I would rather be a dedicated fan that cheers for them when they lose than an undedicated fan that's a bandwagon to
I agree. I agree completely.
Alabama or anyone else.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I agree.
That makes sense.
Completely. Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, Brown,
I think I knew what you were
Lady
saying.
Bird. Lady Bird.
Here.
Lady Bird loves Taylor now.
John.
Hey, our singers. By the way, real quick, our singers they're warming up. By the way, so
we'll get to them in a little bit.
we got
John on
multiple.
Facebook.
We might have our first duet tonight.
It'll be exciting. You sound like you got an entire choir there. John on Facebook says play calling was awful. Look, Bill.
Hey, I don't know, Brown, what you do about play calling when you've got a backup quarterback in and you're really limited on, what your catalog is at that point. I mean, with Bryce, you basically can do everything. And with Jalen, I just think you're limited. I said it today. I don't know how you feel about this. And, earlier this week, I said that I think Robbie Ashford will end up being a pretty good quarterback. I don't think he'll be at Auburn. He was so erratic, like beyond erratic. But I think Jalen Milroe. So Robbie Ashford is a poor man's Jalen Milroe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Robbie Ashford's a poor man's Jalen Milroe. I guess I can live with that. Yeah. In other words, he runs maybe as well as Milroe, but he can't throw as well as Milroe. Is that why you would call him a poor man?
Yeah, I think Milroe's just a bigger, stronger version with a little more accuracy. But I mean, both those guys are super fast.
Wow. I mean, they are coming fast and furious here. I'm trying to keep up with all the comments here.
Yeah, by the way, I got a zoo over here. I apologize. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Please control themselves.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Should I try and calm down?
Pete,
Everybody, pipe down.
he says Pete Golding did a great job. Golden, but it's Golding. That was a pretty good Pete Golding game. I mean, now he's got a lot to work with, LT. That defensive front is incredible for Alabama.
Man, they're really unblockable when you think about it. And, I don't disagree, but at the same time, you're going against what is now the backup quarterback for Texas A&M without their best wide receiver. That A&M offense is not good. And for it to come down to one play, I don't know. Alabama, they escaped, so that's great. They're undefeated. We've got an incredible matchup coming up in Knoxville next week. But I don't know. Alabama looks much more flawed. It's like 2020 was a perfect team. 2021 was really good. And it's like 2022 is less than that. It's like it's really regressing, it looks like to me. And I'm not saying Nick Saban's lost his fastball by any account at all. I still think they could easily win a national championship based on the other teams that I've seen. Like, I don't think there's any elite teams out there right now. I mean, we saw flaws from Georgia today. Did you not think against Auburn? I mean, I didn't think.
Yeah.
I mean, Stetson Bennett is off right now. He's not playing good football.
No. I'm more worried about Georgia than I am Alabama. Because Georgia's playing their starters. I mean, that's their starting quarterback, LT, and they struggled. Now, look, they pulled away late and won that game, but when that game was still a game, Georgia's offense struggled.
Yeah. And, I do agree. Like, if Bryce is 100% healthy, I think Alabama has a better offense. I mean, Georgia's still, outside of Brock Bowers, I mean, who do you really trust? I mean, they don't have wide receivers. I still think Alabama's receivers are better than Georgia's right now.
Georgia's got really good tight ends. I mean, that's their best receivers, their tight ends. Let's see.
Hey, you want to see backstage real quick at a warm up?
Okay.
I can hear it. I may as well see it.
I'm dunking.
She disappeared. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Don says, get LT some AirPods, please. If you think LT knows how to hook AirPods up, you're crazy.
The funny thing, Don, is I did this last Saturday. So the morning show on the 1st, I put AirPods in and I was like, oh, this sounds good. And then I realized the AirPods weren't working, that I was just listening to you guys through this. I don't know how to connect them.
That's exactly
I've got them
what I just.
upstairs if Taylor wants to go get them.
Where are they? I'll get them.
Let's go to Brooks said he feels like it was the right call on the PI, but it was just real late. Yeah, I mean, on the replay, there's no doubt that Branch.
It was a small tug, though. It's a small tug.
Yeah, but would you want it to call it if it were your team?
I would want it called if it was my team. I mean, that was a critical
I don't disagree.
call. I don't know if I would have called it, though.
No, I'm not disagreeing that it came late. It definitely came late. But if it's my team, I want that called, I would say. Bobby says, incredible matchup next week. Tennessee is going to run Bama out of Neyland. Bobby feels that strongly. How much is he? You think he's only getting 7 points? That'd be a pretty good bet for him, right?
I mean, I don't see. I mean, have we ever seen Alabama under Saban get run? I guess we did against Clemson. Yeah.
In a national championship game. That's about the one I can remember.
Yeah, I still, and I think you've got this feeling based on your comment a minute ago, that I don't think that Tennessee is complete yet. Like, I think their defense is still a little shaky. I think their offense, I mean, their offense right now, I think it's better than Bama's. I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh, it is. No. I don't disagree with that. And they don't even have Cedric Tillman right now. But I think the gap between Alabama's offense and Tennessee's offense might be this, LT. The gap between Alabama's defense and Tennessee's defense is this.
Oh, I would agree
Right?
with that. Now,
Yeah,
I will
so-
say, and I don't know how you feel about LSU's offense. LSU's offense very shaky. But I thought Tennessee going on the road today made a statement in the first quarter, never relinquished, and LSU's offense was able to do nothing against that Tennessee defense. I don't know if it's getting better or if that's just a reflection, an indictment on Tennessee's or LSU's offense.
Yeah. NH3425 says the wide receivers have got to step up and learn to get separation, or Bryce will never have support. That is true. That is 100% true.
I don't think they're going to step up. I just, we asked this yesterday to, I think it was Tyler Watts. Is there an alpha that's going to separate themselves? And he's like, I don't think there is. And, I think it's just a collective group. It's almost like what we saw with the New England Patriots for years under Tom Brady or with Tom Brady. Good receivers, not great. And I think Alabama's just used to elite first-round wide receivers, and they're not going to get that this year.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. They're used to when you had Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, all those guys together, right? And Jerry Jeudy, that on the same team.
On one play. So
Yeah.
Waddle, Ruggs, Waddle, Ruggs, Jeudy. Who was the fourth?
Smith,
There was
the
a
Heisman
fourth.
Trophy winner.
Who was that?
Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah.
Yeah, those four on the field at the same time with Tua.
Yeah. Dirty Death says guys were open. Milrow was just too shaky.
No, I agree. No, I think Milrow was the four roses. No ice.
He was hesitant to pull the trigger.
I don't know if he was hesitant
almost the
to
whole
pull the
game.
trigger.
It felt like it to me.
It felt like he was just tight throwing the football. And I think one of the things is, when you come in off an injury and you're not expected to play, I think you just go out there and you just react. And I think just having the week to digest the fact, it's one of the heaviest pours of a neat bourbon I've ever seen, by the way. That's half.
You don't
When
drink it
you
all.
come in and you know that you're starting all week, I think it's a little bit different.
Yeah. It is the Culver's postgame. Culver's welcome to Delicious, 2 great Birmingham locations and more to come. Highway 119 off of 280 in Tattersall Park. Also, you can find Culver's Highway 150 near the Hoover Med. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. You'll get their great butter burger, their desserts, their chicken for your tailgates. Fantastic. Also, Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com. drinknextround.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure you've subscribed, set your alerts. If you're watching us on Twitter, retweets and like us there as well. Share us on Facebook and Twitch as well. What is Taylor looking at? What's she doing? Uh-oh. You guys are frozen. Everybody's frozen. Bobby Roberts says Milrow was feeling pressure sometime. There wasn't any. After Tennessee knocks Bryce out of the game next week, Milrow has no chance in that situation. I don't know what has happened here, but Lance is back with us. What'd you do?
Sorry about that.
It's going all right.
Taylor messed that up.
Taylor, what are you doing? Why are you doing this, Taylor? Why are you leaning
I was
in?
trying to fix it.
Trying to fix what? Do you have his AirPods?
No, I don't have his ear pods, but he said that he needed fixing, so I was trying to fix it, and I guess I messed it up.
Again, I don't know what that means, Brown, but
What? That Taylor was trying to fix it and messed it up?
yeah, he needed fixing, but I was trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Hey, so it's 10:54. What time are our guys going live to sing?
I really don't know. Needing to leave?
What time?
Hey, ask him.
Do you want to do a halftime song and then a finale?
guess we can do that. What's the halftime song? If we do a halftime song, it'll be in about 10 minutes. Can they warm up?
Yeah, they're warming up right now.
We're warm.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
we need a
good one.
halftime song and then a finale with fireworks and shit. So
I can't do fireworks. Look at his
I got the fireworks.
We can do
Jim
fireworks.
says,
Ooh,
I wonder if
fireballs.
Arch
Yeah, you can have
Manning is having second thoughts tonight. Do you think Arch Manning's
know,
having second thoughts?
It's so funny. My buddy Preston and I were texting earlier today during the Texas game, and there is zero chance that I haven't even seen Arch Manning play, but he ain't playing over Quinn Ewers. Quinn
I don't
Ewers
know.
is
Yeah.
the real deal.
I don't know how he could be any better. How can he be better than Quinn Ewers?
Can't. I mean, that kid, he's got the worst haircut I've ever seen. He is going to be fat as F once he gets done with his career, but he is incredible. And I should say his potential is incredible. You see all the flashes from Quinn Ewers. And that's the only thing I can think about watching that game today. Oklahoma is going to want to get Heupel, maybe get rid of Venables in year one, which we can get back to.
No
and
way.
B, Arch Manning's never going to see the field.
That's a bold move if you're Oklahoma and you watch Heupel at Tennessee and say, we got to have this guy. We got to have him. We're going to fire
Let me ask you this, though.
Venables year one.
If Tennessee was to like upset Alabama next week, then Tennessee is a favorite to, I mean, even if they lost to Georgia, could still get to a college football playoff for the win over Bama.
They could, yeah.
So in year two, when you saw the improvement offensively, what Heupel was able to do last year, and then potentially having a team that wins 11 or 12 games this year, if you're Oklahoma and you go 6-6, which they're trending towards based on the schedule coming up, Big 12's good. Not great, but good. They go 6-6. If you know you can fire Heupel, pay his buyout, and fire Venables, get Heupel, who wants to come to Oklahoma, why would you not do it?
Yeah. I would in a heartbeat. But I just think we've overreacted just a little bit to Tennessee's win over LSU today. And I don't want to take away it was a really, really good win for Tennessee. But I do think there's been a bit of an overreaction to this win over LSU today.
I was really
We'll see
impressed. I
next
mean,
week.
you and I both thought
I was
LSU would
too.
win the game.
I did.
No, but I
did.
just
And I'm
thought
not saying
he went in from kick and dominated that game. And, for them coming off a bye, I think they're super focused. I think they're playing with swagger, which I haven't seen from Tennessee in years. And they're playing without arguably their second best offensive player in Cedric Tillman.
when Tillman gets back, they're going to be even better. Brew McCoy has been really, really good.
Yeah, Brew
Again,
McCoy has been really, really good.
And I'm not saying I don't think it was an impressive win. I don't think they're a good team.
By the way, this angle, I look a little like Josh Heupel.
Okay. That's the angle you use.
Good.
Yeah, it's the angle you use every week. And there you go. Trying to change his angle. Of course, has turned his computer off because Lance can't do anything that is halfway technical. Dirty Doubt reminds everyone on YouTube, Auburn was up 17-0 on LSU. Welcome back.
That was Taylor again.
It's 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on that one.
No. He was saying that his angle looked bad. I was making it look better, and
you turned it
better is cutting it off.
Yes,
right.
Yep.
Ask me a question, Brown, and tell me who this is. Ask me a question.
I guess it's gonna be John Mechie. What movie did you watch?
I don't.
Watched
it, but I don't know what it was.
This one, Blake says, "How about the UCLA win over Utah?"
Blake, I was talking about this about an hour ago. Watching UCLA, they're getting better each and every game. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is playing out of his mind, and it's such a balanced offense. And it's what we saw with Oregon years ago under Chip Kelly. He's finally got this thing dialed in, and we thought he had lost his fastball. I'm going to say it right now. I think UCLA wins the Pac-12.
I watched your team. You're wearing the shirt there. They won the game. I don't know that they look great against Washington State, but it was a win.
I can't figure them out.
I can't either. They're a weird team.
I think UCLA is a better team.
I
think what's going to happen next week is I think USC is going to get out physicaled by Utah. Utah will bounce back. I think it comes down to the wire, but I think UCLA goes 11-1. I think they're that good, and I think they get consideration for a spot.
What's about to happen is USC is going to get donkey kicked by Utah next week. And I'm not saying I think Utah's that much better than them. I'm just saying it's just kind of the way college football goes, right? USC is the undefeated team coming into that game, which everybody thought it was going to be Utah. I'm just saying that's just kind of the way college football goes. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I don't know how you feel now. The last few years, it was like there was 2 or 3 elite teams that separated themselves. Ohio State kind of feels like that team right now. Like, I think they might be the best team in college football based on the offense is flawless. It doesn't matter who's in or out of that lineup. But I don't know if we've really got elite teams. And I think it could really be fascinating with the college football playoff this year, because I think, if a USC is really better than we thought, or, a TCU or an Oklahoma State, I think they might be able to beat an SEC team this year.
Yeah. Terry back with us. It's good to see Terry back. He's on Facebook. He gives us a hook 'em. So it's good to see you back, Terry. And I'll tell you what, we're halfway through the season, right? Stands right now, and this is crazy to say, one of the most critical losses in all of college football was Texas blowing that double-digit lead to Texas Tech.
Yeah, you're right.
The only other loss they would have is a 1-point loss to Alabama.
But I still think, Brown, based on what happens this year, so let's look in the Pac-12. There's a good chance that all Pac-12 teams have 2 losses. Big Ten, there's going to be an undefeated or 1 loss.
Yeah.
ACC, we'll see what Clemson does. There's still a chance with Texas, with the resume, if they start to dominate teams with 2 losses as a Big 12 champion, could slide in somehow.
Who do you think is going to beat Clemson in the ACC? Who would they play Notre Dame? But I watched Notre Dame BYU tonight. And I don't know. I mean, I think Notre Dame's okay. And Clemson's a better team than Notre Dame. I think it's in South Bend though.
Yeah, they probably don't lose. I'm just saying, back in the day we used to call it Clemsoning. That was an adjective.
Yeah, but I don't know who they could Clemson against. I mean, Florida State. Do you think Florida State can beat them?
Oregon State just had a terrible penalty. You watching this game?
I am. It's a fight. Stanford and Oregon State, they're having to break up a fight.
Save a tree, eat a beaver, right? Headline?
That was your headline. Do you think Florida State. You think Florida State could beat Clemson?
Yeah, I think they could. That Florida State team's pretty good. I mean, again, the ACC is like – I actually think the Big 12 is better than the ACC this year. I think the Big 12's got a lot of like B-plus teams. I think the ACC's got a lot of B-plus or B teams.
NC State just beat Florida State 19-17, so it feels weird to say Florida State can beat Clemson, but maybe they can. And I do realize
I had Florida State plus 3.5, so that was a winner.
That was a winner because they only lost by 2. My upset alert got drilled, so I apologize to everyone that jumped on my upset alert. 49-22 right now in the 4th quarter. Oregon leads Arizona. I missed that one. Sorry. Let's see. Let's get a few more comments here before we get to halftime here. How far, LT, are we from Iowa having an over-under in the teens? They lost a game 9-6 to Illinois.
I lost the stake to Dunaway today. We had the teaser I gave him that he kind of like played around with, revised. He won that. We had in that teaser, yeah, so he lost because he had Middle Tennessee State plus 19.5. I lost early. I forgot which game it was. And then late, I had Illinois minus 3.5. So I don't know. What was the question, by the way?
It was a great answer to a question. I had no idea
somebody
what the
just
question
asked me a question. What was it?
When will Iowa have an over-under in the teens? That was the question.
There we go. Back to full circle. Back to Iowa. Their offense is horrible. Like,
it is awful. We need to do some research on this Deion Eddie Robinson beef. Do you have any idea what happened? Have you seen the little shove at midfield?
So Taylor showed it to me a little bit ago.
What?
The Deion Eddie Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened there.
I don't either.
I don't know if they think Dion's like disrespecting what's going on right now in the SWAC.
He didn't blow
Hey,
him out. It was like 27 to 14 or something was the final.
Yeah.
It's not like he ran the score up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was some kind of beef before. Dion's bringing a lot of attention back to that conference, though.
I know.
So
But, you know,
I don't know what it is, and maybe
I don't
people are, a little envious because there's a good chance he gets a job. I mean, our girl right here, Auburn.
I've been doing my research.
Auburn Nation.
Oh,
she wants
you want Dion? Do you want Dion Taylor?
As of last night, yes.
Wait, right now, if you had to sell Dion on Auburn, the school, what would you do? Just give me a 1-minute pitch.
I would say we are in a very bad place right now. I don't know why, because I'm not in the program. I don't know the inside scoop, but we don't have recruits. You can recruit. We don't have any sort of motivation as I have seen. I mean, maybe there is, but I have not seen any. And when this is the thing that I saw on Twitter that really made me think I want Dion was they were in the locker room. Someone had their phone out. I don't know who it was, but he freaked out and he was like, "Why do you have your phone out? This is whatever." He freaked out over something small, and I was like, "This is what we need. We need people to freak out over, they need to have their rules, and when their rules get broken, they do what they say they're going to do." And that's all.
Okay, that made no sense. But
Dirty Death said, "Wow, what a pitch!"
yeah,
Well,
that's terrible pitch.
Yeah,
I
That
love
was
you.
a good pitch.
Terrible pitch.
Taylor, we love you, but whoever does the pitch won't be 12 wine coolers deep, I would imagine.
Yeah, if I was Dion, I would run from Auburn after that pitch.
What?
Yeah. Jim says the report is Dion made a comment during the week and he didn't speak to Robinson pregame. He called a pass late in the game. So those are the reports. So
Who knows? Who cares?
Oh, Bobby says, all right, here's some info. Eddie Robinson scheduled Dion for homecoming. Dion chirped all week about it. And then they won by 14, so he didn't like it. There you go. It was all about homecoming. All right, we're at halftime. Are they ready? I'm gonna do some business here. Are they ready to go?
Wait, so real quick, hold up. I'm gonna do this on the fly. Are we doing solo performance or duet right now?
Duet right now, which is mostly going to be
No.
Wait, so but what about the finale? Is the finale a duet or a solo?
Look, let's let them do halftime and then they'll figure out the plan. But they need to go to the
Okay.
middle. They need to go to the middle.
Here we go.
Same time.
Okay, well, hang on.
Here we go. Come on.
Go.
Hold on. Here we go.
Get on.
All right.
So this is going to be Caroline. And by the way, I didn't realize
Hang on.
this.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I got to do some business here.
Wait.
Culver's Welcome to Delicious. It is the Culver's postgame show, Highway 119. Just in case everybody turns off, I got to get this part in. Highway 119, Tattersall Park, just off 280, and Stadium Trace in Hoover, all 459. Go get your butter burgers, your great desserts, your chicken, great for tailgating. Also, Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com. That is drinknextround.com. There's salted lime margarita, the rosé sangria, drinknextround.com. Next Round Cocktails and Culver's brings you the postgame show. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, set your alerts. Retweet us. If you're watching us on Twitter, give us a thumbs up there as well. Share us on Facebook and give us a thumbs up as well there, and like us on Twitch. Now, we've had singing here.
I just had a girl she just did the splits in my game room.
I'm just going to say, it's Caroline's the same one that sung last week, right?
So Caroline's back. She is back. But I will tell you, Brad, I didn't realize this, turned 50 tonight. So he was in Tuscaloosa earlier. They decided to drive back, so they're staying with us tonight. So Brad is a very good singer. He's with Caroline. They're going to do a duet with us. What?
He's not.
Are you not? Okay. So anyway, they're going to do this.
Okay. So last week it was kind of split on the reaction. So you got to be thick-skinned if you're going to do this.
Was it really split on the reaction?
Yeah.
I thought
some people
everybody
like
thought Caroline was – they were like she was hot and she was pretty good.
Probably.
No, No, there was about 50-50 on whether she was good or not, and then you had another group that were weighing in that just liked you showing her stretching. She stretched before, and there were a lot of people that just wanted to see her stretch.
Okay.
I mean, Jim said, like for instance, Jim says Caroline's stretching much better than her singing. So there you go. I'm reading the comments. Like,
No, it's fine.
Jay Price says, "Can we not just see the splits? He just wants to see the splits."
Caroline, before y'all go live, the splits real quick. Come on. Here we go.
There you go. There's some splits.
You see that?
Yep, very athletic. That's what y'all wanted to see.
Relative, very athletic. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn it over to these two. What are we singing tonight, by the way? Oh, Don't Stop Believing.
They're gonna duet.
Hey, more known for being a top 10 song from Journey or The Sopranos?
I don't know. Can I just make a suggestion? Can they just kind of cut to the hook and not do the whole song?
Can they what?
Can they just cut to the hook and not do the whole song?
Yeah, he doesn't want you guys to do the whole song.
Well, I don't. It's just long. Those are long songs.
Yeah, they got to have a lead in. So give them a minute and a half. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's a minute and a half's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody sit back, relax. Here we go. Caroline, Brad turned 50 tonight. I'm going to put this up. Let's do it.
Why do we got the music?
Just a
All right, I'm going to go full screen on it.
Sing it.
We started. Wait a minute.
Took a midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. You took a midnight train going anywhere. Danger waiting up and down the boulevard. There's shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion hiding somewhere in the night. We're done.
Yep. All right. There you
Okay,
go.
so
all right. So here's your
Apparently,
reaction.
Brad forgot the words a little bit. That's okay.
Yep. Clearly.
Ruin the show.
Caroline, good job. Caroline,
Dirty
safe.
Deaf says last week was Bohemian Rhapsody. This week must be Stairway to Heaven. Robert says I was trying to keep the audience from bailing. And H3425 says don't stop believing.
Yeah, don't stop believing. Why would you bail? This is our entertainment. I'll never forget Detroit for their halftime show Thanksgiving had Pitbull a couple of years ago.
That's right. Jay
Pitbull
Price
tickets
said
were going for $30 here.
so off the rails. Bob Sacramento says I just stopped believing. B Rich says I'm done believing. B Rich says I'm done believing.
Hey, so we've got enough. I've stopped believing and I'm done believing from you two. Y'all got to step your game up.
I mean, a little bit out of love.
I'm not believing.
He says cut to the hook. Will says dear God. Dev says okay, good job. Clap off the stage. Ben says oh God. Rich says I'm not a believer. Bobby says Saturday Night Live is starting to look like an option. That ain't good. Chase says what in the middle school talent show is going on here?
Bullshit. They're not calling us out.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my gosh, they really are.
It's your fault.
Will says nobody spun their chair for that. Bobby says, remember when Tony and his family got killed to that song? I'm wondering if we can get put out of our misery. Corey says, thank God I can turn it back up. Corey Stars says, Taylor, turn on the auto-tune. Taylor turned on the auto tunes, the best one. One of the best ones. They're all good.
Okay, so by the way, I mean, you guys just bear with us. We're just trying to give you a little entertainment. Everybody's having fun tonight. Brad turned 50.
And it is a shit show.
There you go.
Put molten on.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you want to interview our Mississippi State fan about Mississippi State?
Yes.
What's his level of sobriety?
Yes.
Well, it's a she. And
What's her level of sobriety?
of, what'd you say, knowledge?
Is
Extensive.
100%.
It's about a Robbie Ashford throwing the football.
Okay.
I loved you before.
Come on.
22 seconds.
Come on.
Says, I think we end that segment. The 2-week trial is over.
Oh, Rhett, there's no chance. I had to reach out to make sure I had singers tonight. Why would we end that segment?
Okay, we need to read.
Andrew says it was easier to watch that segment than Alabama's 4 turnovers.
Oh, you guys complain you're not going to get this again. If you don't want singing in my basement at midnight, you're not going to get it if you complain about this.
Says, how long until there's a drunken fight at Club LT?
Never. I only invite people I like.
Never been a fight there, has there? That's all the reaction there.
God, people are hating tonight.
You want to do some shade?
If you're gonna do it, you gotta take the reaction, right?
Do you think it's the fact that Auburn lost and that Alabama looked a little shaky, and people are like on edge?
People are a little bit on edge right now. Yeah, I think people are a little bit on edge. Alabama's got a tough game coming up, and they didn't look great. I think people want to make sure Bryce Young is back. I think he will be, don't you?
I do think he'll be back next week, 100%. I mean, the way he looked in warm-ups, I mean, it was like a tease job. I think it's a tough game, though. I really do, man. I don't like going to games. I just don't. But I'm thinking about going up next weekend.
You're thinking about going, huh?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a very fun game. I mean, that is a great atmosphere when Tennessee's good. They haven't beaten Alabama in forever, LT. 2:30 CBS national game. It's the biggest game in the country next week, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Tennessee will be once we, get to Monday. Trying to figure out how everything lined up for the top 10 teams today.
Well, here, I'll look at it real quick. And I don't know if they'll jump up. So Alabama won. If you just go AP. Alabama won, Georgia won, Ohio State won, Michigan won, Clemson won, Southern Cal won, Oak State barely won. I mean, there's nowhere for them to go. I think they're
not going to move up. But still, it's top 10 matchup. And I think momentum, like Tennessee seems like they're ascending. And then, Alabama might be going the wrong way, without Bryce Young. When he comes back, I think it's a little bit different.
Here we go.
I just hate that I look like Josh Heupel right now. And by next week, I might be Josh Heupel. I don't know what happened.
Eating that much?
Turn it off.
You think you're eating that much? Is that what you're saying?
I ate a lot today, man.
Yeah.
Let's go through that real quick.
Okay.
So I started off. I'll run through mine quickly. I started off with a Chick-fil-A sausage burrito. No, chicken burrito. Really good. Then I went to what was number 2 on my list?
Oh, no, but so far this is not quick at all.
No, it's not quick. I'm sorry. So why don't you do yours and I'm thinking about mine.
I ate cereal for breakfast, wings and chicken fingers for lunch, more chicken fingers for dinner. My snacks today were Whoppers, caramel M&Ms, Zapp's Voodoo potato chips, Starburst jelly beans.
Okay, so I was the breakfast burrito. Then I did brownies and cookies, the kitchen sink cookie from the place that I get my pizzas from.
Right.
And then I did pizzas, but I had a bunch of drinks in between.
I had Diet Mountain Dew, tea, things like that. Here's another Jonathan. We talked about this earlier. He's on Facebook. He says, any chance Heupel goes to Oklahoma when Venables gets canned? I mean, Lance, you were talking about it being a possibility this year.
Here's what I do. If I really believe that Heupel is the guy, and if this thing gets worse right now for Venables, buy him out, and I just pay Heupel whatever I got to pay him. I mean, these television contracts are crazy right now. If you need to get the right guy, and Heupel said before he wants to coach at Oklahoma. I mean, I know it sounds premature, but this Venables thing, I mean, since Brock Huard came on the show and said this was a violent defense, they have gotten their asses whipped.
Yeah, I was watching the end of that game, and McElroy was on the game. It was his crew, and he said, in his opinion, LT, the things that have to be fixed with Oklahoma's defense aren't fixable right now. It's not just like quick fixes. It's not small things that Oklahoma can adjust. So they're not done losing. I mean, there's some pretty good teams in that Big 12. They are not finished losing. So they're still going to lose some more games.
I'll tell you this, Brown. I really believe the Big 12 is the most balanced conference in college football right now.
I agree, but
But I think the Big 12 has got some sneaky good teams. And I think we saw Kansas. They're not a fluke today. I thought they played their asses off. Bean comes in for Daniels, plays really well. They had an opportunity to take that game to overtime. They didn't. I was pulling for Kansas. I don't know where you were on that.
Well, I had TCU in the pick 3, but I needed 7.5. So by the end of it, I could tell I wasn't going to get that half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think those two are really good teams. I think Texas is a really good team. I think Kansas State's a really good team. I mean, that's a good conference.
What?
Well, my thing though with Heupel, LT, think about it this way. Oklahoma is coming to the SEC, right? If I'm Heupel, I am building Tennessee to be an SEC team. And by the way, I've got them headed in the right direction. Why do I want to go to Oklahoma and start that whole process over? I've seen how
because
hard
I love Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is a better brand than Tennessee. It is.
Yeah, but I mean,
but again, in Oklahoma, and I know they're coming to the SEC. It's still a better job than Tennessee is right now. It just is.
Yeah. I mean, it has been recently. I don't know what they'll be. I don't know what they'll be in the
You
SEC.
disagree?
I really don't know what they'll be.
Hey, my 50-year-old disagrees.
That's it. Get you some.
Why
Brian.
Why do you disagree?
Tennessee is a better job today than Oklahoma.
Okay.
100%.
I disagree. Okay, Taylor.
Today.
On whatever.
Whoa.
The world, the economy, whatever.
Whoa. You don't
The
want to
50-year-old.
Yeah, Christmas catalogs.
Don't.
You said you wanted to ask the question.
No, I do want to ask a question. I wanted to ask the question of why we went for it on 4th down in the first quarter when we are.
Why you fake the punt? Nobody knows why you fake the punt.
Before that, why we went for it on 4th down in the first quarter when we are tied 0-0. And then also why we faked the punt.
So real quick, everybody fakes a punt against you guys. That's like kind of the trend right now.
But why does that
it's
make it
typically worked out?
But that makes it.
You guys are just not good.
Yeah, but why does that make us feel confident in faking a punt?
Brown, can you answer her question?
I really
The
can't.
Holy Grail.
Taylor,
Holy Grail question tonight.
I don't know why y'all faked the punt. I thought it was a terrible call at the time. Your defense was playing well. It was a scoreless game. You're deep in Georgia territory. Why give them good field position? I thought it was a terrible.
That's what I'm
time
wondering. If it was
I don't know.
later in the game and we were down by a touchdown, I'm like, it is 0-0.
Yeah.
We are giving them phenomenal field position.
Taylor, I'm with you. You're 100% right. This makes far more sense than your pitch to Dion.
No,
Will says everybody fakes a punt against Georgia. Is that what
They
you meant?
do. That's what they just said.
Yeah.
but everyone in Auburn is different because Auburn doesn't do well that much.
You did that.
Hey, Brown, I'm just here. I'm experiencing.
I could tell. This is pretty funny.
Dad, my girls are wanting to know if he's talking live now because they're tuning in.
Yeah. Then we'll do the finale in a little bit. Finale is going to be better than halftime, by the way.
All right. Do they have a song worked up yet?
And all the
Yeah, I think
guys
it's,
out there are tuning in.
I'll just tell you this. I'm going to tease you. I think it's going to be Prince.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be incredible.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go here. 10 minutes. So get ready. 10 minutes.
Okay, Brad.
Service LT says Jalen Milroe is Jalen Hurts. Out of the bag on that. Damn, that was bad.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know what you think, Brown. I think, you know, that's a really good A&M defense. I think we forget that. You know, I think Milroe, you know, prime time, his first ever start, there was a lot of pressure on him. And again, he doesn't have great receivers. The scheme is kind of known by DJ Durkin. I thought Milroe played okay. I thought he was erratic a little bit, but I didn't expect anything differently from Milroe. And I think Milroe can be really, really good. You know, I talked about it earlier this week. I think Robbie Ashford is going to be a good quarterback. Now, after watching him today, I doubt myself a little bit, but just you can't like coach athleticism. And, you know, guys like Jalen Milroe and Robbie Ashford, they have that. And it's something that is God-given. And those guys, it's a different element in today's game that like really throws defenses off. So I think Jalen Milroe is going to be a really good quarterback. It's just going to take a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to have to get comfortable throwing the ball and get a little more comfortable in the offense. I don't disagree with you on that. And Steven makes the point, and you can't do this, but take the fumbles away. Milroe wins by 20, and everybody's happy. But they fumble those balls. Corey says Milroe would lose at least 3 games. The way Milroe played tonight, he would.
I agree with that. And I said this earlier. I think if Bryce Young plays, I think they win by 28. He doesn't make those turnovers. He makes better decisions. They execute plays in red zone. And I think they win by 28. But, you know, this is why I was kind of excited about watching this game tonight because Milroe was playing. You know, to me, with Bryce Young playing, it was going to be a boring game. And so I'm kind of glad that we got to see this, and I think it was good for Alabama. I think it was good for Milroe.
No, I agree with you, and it was good with the fact that you were able to see your defense pushed against the wall and the way they reacted, which I thought they reacted very well. Simon says, if no Bryce, give me Ty Simpson. I think a lot of people like to see Ty Simpson right now, wouldn't you?
Quit playing games in my house. Yes.
Okay.
I can't control what's going on back here.
Well, can you answer the question, though? Do you think a lot of people would like to see Ty Simpson right now?
I don't know. I mean, Jalen's a better quarterback. I mean, think about this. Nick Saban and Bill O'Brien have been coaching a lot of football. There is a reason right now Jalen Milroe is number 2. And I'll tell you this, Jalen Milroe's got some physical skills that other guys don't have right now. So I think he is the, to me, better option. I haven't seen Ty Simpson play, so I really don't know. I mean, Bryce Young is generational quarterback, but what I've seen right now from Jalen Milroe is a guy that can be really, really good. Hey, don't you know him?
Scott says the line next week, if assuming Bryce plays, is -10.
Get up.
Ja'Cory Brooks is the new number 1 wide receiver.
He had 0 receptions last week.
This is actually
What?
I don't think Tennessee could score 40 against Bama. If Young plays, Bama goes north of 40.
Oh, shit. For real? You gonna let this happen?
I'm just going to tell you, and I said this earlier. There was 2 predictions I made in the summer, Brown. You remember them. Mississippi State beats Georgia. Tennessee beats Alabama. And I'm going to stand by them right now. I think Tennessee's going to win next week. I really do.
Yeah.
Even with Bryce coming back, he's going to be a little rusty. He's going to be a little off. If Milroe plays, Tennessee's a better team right now.
Nobody saw it.
If Milroe plays, yeah, they're a better team. If Bryce Young plays, I don't think they're a better team. But they'll play next week, and I think Bryce Young will play. All right, it is the Culver's postgame. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. 2 great locations, 119 off of 280 and Tattersall Park. Get the butter burgers, the great chicken, great desserts. Also, Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com, drinknextround.com. They going to do it or not?
Oh yeah, they will. Let me ask you this real quick though.
Hey, Ryan.
Hold on. So to me, second best team in the SEC West is Mississippi State. Would you agree?
100%.
In the West,
Yeah.
Mississippi State's the second best team.
Wow.
I mean, Ole Miss is still undefeated. They were down halftime to Vandy,
Wow.
but they played well in the second half.
I really think Mississippi State is a complete team. I really don't know how.
Explain to me the game at LSU then.
Yeah, but being up 13-0 and losing that game still blows me away. Okay, look, I've got like a mess over here.
What's
I can
up?
tell. You don't have to explain that.
Hey, girls.
Caroline, come on. About to do the most.
Caroline, bring it in. Okay. Okay, so y'all got to sing us out. So, Caroline, Brad, what are we doing? Or Brad, are you going to do it?
They just completely.
Molten.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, they got
What?
it. They got it. Let's just sing our song. We can get a selfie. We'll do
Jace,
that.
will you get this going?
What do we say?
Just Shania.
No, we're singing.
Ready for you?
No, come.
Brad, come on. Brad, go.
You gotta bring
We're
me up.
live. Let's go.
What
No.
are we doing?
Shania, go.
Purple rain, purple rain.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Y'all want me to put it on?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, have y'all got a Bluetooth around here
Okay.
that I can hook up to?
Yeah,
Hey.
I want to hear
No,
it.
Never meant to cause you sorrow.
You didn't?
y'all put that
Never
on.
meant to cause you pain.
Purple rain.
I want to time see you
Okay, Jack's got it.
laughing.
Hang on, Jack's got it.
Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain.
Purple rain.
Purple rain. Purple rain. God.
I mean,
Ah! Goodbye.
I don't know.
This is the end. Good night.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
they are big talkers until the big.
Do I need to do something to save this?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I don't think there's any saving it.
Exit.
Speaker, I don't have anything.
I can save
Right
this
there.
if you want me to.
Yeah.
No, I think we're good. You know, we've reached.
All right.
We've reached the end of the
Oh, here we go. Hey, wait, hold on, Brown. Don't.
Okay.
She's got to redeem herself. Knock it out, Caroline. Knock this shit out.
You're singing.
A millionaire. I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian. Hear my
All right.
criteria compared to your career.
That's going to do it. Thank you to Culver's. Welcome to Delicious. Also, Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com. I would ask you to give that a thumbs up, but if you were there at the end, you've done enough. Thank you for joining us for the post-game show. We'll see you Monday at 9 o'clock.